Greetings! In this video we're going to talk a little bit about styles with HTML. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing that I have in front of me is my HTML template page. This is the template that we're going to be using throughout this entire course as a starting point for creating our web pages as we go through these tutorials. So what I need to do is I actually need to go and after I've opened this HTML template I need to go and save it as something else. So we don't accidentally overwrite it. So I'm going to go up to and say File, Save As, and let's see. I'm going to go into Documents. That's where I have my stuff saved. Under Web Page Development, I've created a new folder called Tutorial Pages, and I'm just going to call this guy, let's just call him style.html. All right. I'm going to create, set the title of my page to also set it to style. And let's see what we want to do first. What should we do first? Let's do this. Let's set up an H2 size heading saying something like this, sample heading. Set up a paragraph, and we're going to say paragraph, or let's say sample paragraph. Okay. Save the file, and let's go ahead and open up our browser and open up that file that we just saved. Okay, should have a sample heading and a sample paragraph. All right, now let's see, what do we want to look at first here? Let's play around. Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about the HTML style attribute. So the HTML style attribute has the following syntax. You have style equal, open quote, property, colon, value. So the property is a CSS property, which we'll go over in greater detail later. And then the value is a CSS value. Now remember that you're going to learn more about CSS later on. Right now we just need to play with this a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is, let's say that I want to change the color in my page here. I'm going to make that H2 size heading red, and I'm going to make that paragraph green. Here's how I would do it. Inside your H2 tag here, H2 tag, you're just going to type in style equals, open quote, double quote preferably, color, colon, blue. Okay. Save my file, go back to my web browser, refresh my page, and you'll see that my heading is blue. If I want the paragraph to be green, I'll just say style, color, green. Now remember that you have your property, which is color, and your value, which is green. And what you'll see when I refresh my page is that my color is green. Okay? So that's the text color. I can also change the font. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new paragraph, and I'm just going to say this, Verdana font. Okay. Now, if I go back to my web browser and I refresh the page, what you'll see here is that my font is whatever the default system font is. But if I want to change it to Verdana, all I need to do is this. I just do style equals font family colon space the name of the font, Verdana. Save the file, refresh the page, and you'll see that this font looks slightly different. Okay. Now, let's say I want to change my text size that's my font size. And again, we're going to go over all of this in greater detail later on when we play around with CSS. But for right now, just kind of showing you some of the things that we can do. All right, so what I want to do is I want to have something here with a 24-point font. Okay. Well, how I do this is I just say style equals open paren font size, and I'll say let's go instead of 24-point font, let's go 200% font. That's probably easier. So it's font size, colon, 200%. There we go. And what that's going to do is that's going to make the font twice the size of what it normally would be. Okay. All right, so that's kind of a quick and dirty way to do font size. If I want to align text, let's say I want to make my text right in the middle of my page. Though one of the last ones that we can do with HTML style, in this tutorial anyways, is doing the text alignment. And that's called the text align property. So I'm going to create a new paragraph, and I'm going to say centered text. Now, if I go and save this file and refresh the page, what you'll see is that my text is off to the left. If I do centered text, that would be style, text align. Then there's a dash in between text and align. I'm going to say center. Okay, and you'll see that my text is off to the center. If I say right, it's going to send it all the way to the right. See? I'm going to change that back to center. All right. That's pretty much it for the HTML style. Now, again, we're going to cover all this in crazy amount of detail when we start talking about CSS. But for right now, you just need to know some of the very basics, which I've covered in this video. So, as always, if you have any questions, just ask and I'll help you out. Thanks.